Woman in critical condition after drinking sweet tea laced with an industrial cleaning chemical at a restaurant. This morning, police investigating if this was intentional or an accident. ABC's Neil Karlinski with the story.
67-year-old Jan Harding is fighting for her life in this Utah hospital after a simple sip of iced tea.
She said, "I think I just drank acid."
This morning in a GMA exclusive, the family is sharing the shock of something so unusual they don't quite understand it.
The terror in her eyes. And I looked down and said, "I love you." And she couldn't really even talk at that point. She just mouthed, "I love you too."
Police say Harding got the iced tea at this Dickey's barbecue pit. Preliminary investigations show that a heavily toxic industrial cleaner was mixed in with the iced tea in large quantities. The cleaner, made up of sodium hydroxide or lye, is known to cause severe burns to the mouth, throat, and stomach if swallowed.
It would burn the tissues in your mouth and down in your esophagus.
Police are interviewing employees and checking surveillance cameras, but say they now believe it was an accident, that the powdered cleaner may have been mixed in by an employee who mistook it for sugar. The restaurant, part of a national chain, said in a statement, "At this time, we are fully involved in cooperating with all parties."
We did contact the Salt Lake County Health Department after the incident took place. They did say it was safe and they did leave the restaurant open.
If people working in the restaurant industry could just be made aware of the potential, the danger, it's worth it.
For Good Morning America, Neil Karlinski, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Woman who almost died after drinking toxic iced tea laced with the chemical lye. The woman's condition is improving as prosecutors decide if they should file any criminal charges against the restaurant that served her the dangerous drink. ABC's Brandy Hitt has the latest for us.
As she continues to get better, we're excited about that. We're grateful for that.
This morning, Jan Harding is slowly recovering at a Utah hospital, now able to speak less than 2 weeks after nearly dying from a simple sip of iced tea, unknowingly laced with toxic industrial cleaner.
Her memory is taking that sip and her mouth and throat being on fire and spitting and gagging and doing everything she could to get that out of her mouth.
Now, the 67-year-old's attorney is claiming this wasn't the first such incident, alleging an employee at the Utah restaurant Dickey's Barbecue Pit also burned her tongue a month earlier on the same substance, a degreaser made up of sodium hydroxide or lye.
To me, it means that the company was on notice that there was a hazardous substance that wasn't properly labeled, it wasn't properly controlled.
Dickey's restaurant did not immediately comment on the new allegations. Police say Harding drank the tainted tea earlier this month after an employee mistook the substance for sugar, accidentally mixing it in. The district attorney, currently investigating, says he will likely decide whether to file any criminal charges by next week.
Our office and the local law enforcement community is treating this with the seriousness it deserves, and we want to do the right thing.
Dickey's restaurant saying in a statement the worker involved in making the toxic tea Harding drank no longer works for the company, adding the entire Dickey's family is saddened by the events that occurred in Utah and takes this incident very seriously.
I want there to be change. to whatever extent there needs to be change so that this never happens again.
For Good Morning America, Brandy Hitt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
People are watching, and we wish her well in her continued
everyone
recovery.
for her.
Yeah.